Shake it up adequately because the particulate does want to settle. The color does want to settle. You don't have to pre-mix anything. Everything's already good to go. You just gotta, agitate it, shake it up a little bit. You have a pretty good variety of earth tone colors, all right? But you also have some good primaries. You've got your yellow, blue, and red. And the interesting thing about this stuff is you can mix this stuff up and create your own colors, okay? All of these colors can be mixed together. There's no weird formulation that is required. If you are going to cut it with something, I would cut it with the whitewash. Mute it down just a little bit. The whitewash in and of itself, there's very little opacity to it. So everything, by the nature of a stain, almost everything we're talking about today is translucent in nature. So it's if you want something for full body coverage, you're going to be into a paint. All right. This stuff is not designed to hide. If you wrote your name, in the stone and tried to cover it with one of these stains, you're still going to see your name. Okay. Good. So, bay leaf, I'm going to use bay leaf and whey. It's a very light color. All right. This has more of kind of like a sandstone-y look. Now, you're looking at this, you're saying you're dripping all over the place. I know it. Stains are very forgiving. And I'm just going to kind of tag it with kind of like that sandstone look. I'm just going to kind of let that set up a little bit. Just kind of want to cut that. And by the way, some of this stuff doesn't look bad if you just leave it as the straight concrete look. But I always try to put at least a little bit of color on the actual concrete itself. I mean, yeah, you can get away with leaving it blank, but it looks so much better even with one color on it, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay kind of light. I'm going to stay kind of with a lighter color, I should say, on this, for these particular rocks. Very simplistic. You don't have to get very elaborate. Just going to lightly tag these rocks. Just put a little bit of color on here. The champagne has just like a yellowy color to it. Kind of going for like a sandstone look. When the rock is extremely dry, like say this stuff here, the stain just gets absorbed. It just drinks it. It just gets drunk right up. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a pale. This is like a bay leaf. Has a little bit of green in it, just a slight tinge of green. It's a nice color. I'm going to just kind of hit a little bit here and there. I'm being real cavalier with this, guys. I'm just being very random, and I'm not even covering a full stone. I'm just basically just kind of tagging it, just a little bit here, a little bit there. And I'm not even caring about it. I know a lot of this seems like it's like very carefree and very haphazard. If you feel that way, now you're getting close to how you should be painting, okay? Of this stuff. Now, we're starting to introduce a little bit of color. Now we're going to kick it up a notch with a darker color. Let's go with this one. Okay, so buckskin is probably one of the darkest browns we have. Okay? I'll show you how we work that one.
Does it matter to start light first or dark first?
One of the tricks is, if you're going to start with a light color, you highlight with the dark. If you start with the dark color, then you highlight with the light. But you want contrast. Okay? You want contrast. So with buckskin, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly tag the joints. Now it looks kind of severe. Don't worry about it. Just kind of highlighting these joints. Takes a little bit of a trained hand at first to just know how, when you're squeezing, how much pressure to apply, but you'll pick it up. It's not hard. All I'm doing is basically go back over with your original color, all right? Let's say that you don't like the way something ran and bled too much, okay? Go ahead and pop a little bit more of that color on there. This is your original color now, okay? You don't like the way that that top looked, okay? Hit it again with just a little bit more. That area right in there kind of bled a little bit here. Or this area. Maybe you like the way it bled. Maybe you thought that looks really cool. A little rust oxidation drippage. You know? Just go ahead and tag it. It's not a lot, you're just spritzing it, okay? Now, get up, walk around it, take a look at how different the rocks look, even though I used pretty much the same colors randomly. Get a chance to look around exactly what we're looking at, just so you can see just how things blended all together. This top here, as you can see, it's one color, and it kind of modeled a little bit differently. We can introduce another color to it. This is just like a standard base color. I think what did we went with? We went with wave. I think we went with just like a wave, okay? Now, what I'm doing now is I'm going to introduce another color to this rock. And this would be a lot nicer if it was completely ashed out. But if you come back and you just take the sanding block, all right? Everybody gather around because you're going to miss it if you don't see it. You take a regular sanding block and you just go through. I like to use the sanding blocks that have the wedge, all right? So we're going to scrape off the original color. We're going to get back to the original gray, all right? So if you come back and you just kind of hit your edges, now what you get is kind of like a tumbled rock look. This stuff is in the back of a truck. It's bouncing around itself. It's rubbing up against itself. And that kind of gives you a nice touch, a perfect touch of a highlight that is just going to look really super realistic. All right?